Where to Hunt podcast. It's okay.
Hi, I'm Dan Small, host of Outdoor Wisconsin, and I listen to Where to Hunt.
Nah, it's okay.
I'm Kurt Geyer with Working Class Bow Hunter. I listen to Where to Hunt podcast, and it's decent.
It's all right.
Hey, this is Bud Fisher with Catching Deers, and I think the Where to Hunt podcast is all right.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Where to Hunt podcast, the podcast that connects public land hunting enthusiasts. Today is March 2nd. It's a Tuesday. It is 2021. I've got all my dates correct. And
Finally.
yeah, we're coming at you from the Okayest Hunter podcast studio here in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. And Greg's out in Lake Mills. And yeah, I don't know. Head on over to okayesthunter.com and use code W2H podcast for 10% off. I try to make this ad sound like a really low bar. Right.
Yeah.
Craig looks like a bad Chinese film. His lips are off. I don't know how to fix that. Exactly. I'll play a backwards ad.
Wake up and smell the coffee. Backwoods grind coffee, that is. Now, this ain't your fancy schmancy city boy coffee. This is what your grandpappy used to drink. And lucky enough for you loaf around slack asses, they got a subscription service. Deliver any of their 6 blends right to your door, even a sampler. I like the Fireside blend, nice and dark. But they got something to suit every one of your tastes, light to dark and everything in between. Backwoods grind coffee for those who work hard and play harder.
And if you want to save some money on their coffee, you can use code W2H podcast for 10% off. And for those watching and tuning in live, Spartan Forge, what was I going to say? Your sponsors, our call-in number and our video chat. I meant to say it the other way around, sponsored by. So that's what happened there. But if you don't know who or what Spartan Forge is, you can head on over to spartanforge.ai and be sure to use code W2H for 20% off. But they are a machine learning, artificial intelligence, super badass deer movement predictability app. So it helps you know when deer are on hoof and additionally how they're going to navigate certain pieces of terrain. And big shout out to those guys because they just brought on Jonny Stewart out of PA, Taylor Chamberlain, Andy May, and Parker McDonald on their pro staff. So they are, for lack of better terms, effing shit up. It's going to get real. It's a super great platform. So we like those guys a lot over there. If you can't tell, go ahead and give those guys a like, follow on social media and see what they're all about. And also, I think last but not least here, shout out to Drop Time Spirits for keeping us, well, not dry over here. They make sure that we have something to drink every podcast episode and you should check them out. Lastly, Greg, for anyone that calls into our video chat today to talk to us and our guests, I have 4 of these. So as long as we get 4 people in here, those 4 people will win. If we get 5, we'll have to do like a spinny wheel thing. But here's the hat. There it is. So Fleet Farm hat giveaway for our callers today. Before we bring in our guest, Greg, what the heck are you doing?
I'm just chilling in the basement at the workbench. Figured this is a good time to do a little cleaning. Seeing so I got arrows and crap laying everywhere.
Don't get too loud with your cleaning over there. I need you to like turn on like a, Sawzall or something weird.
The shop vac? No, Sawzall's put away real good.
Okay, real good. Some dog doesn't get it, right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. So, guys, Greg, it's his wife's birthday today, so he shouldn't be podcasting. He is a dedicated co-host.
My wife's cool.
I know
My
she's
wife
cool.
is cool. We do this stuff, so
She supports us. And it's my stupid
She does.
birthday tomorrow, so I'm going to be, aging up one more year. I'm super happy about it.
You poor bastard, you. You're still a young pup.
Yeah. Let's bring our guests on. Who do we got tonight?
Let's do this.
Let's get these guys going. Brian Austin and John Dove.
What's up, guys?
John, I put your name as John Love because you're Johnny Love on Instagram, so I felt like that was appropriate. Is that okay?
That's the way it should be. That's the only way I'm known.
That's the love we got here. Beast Mode Archery.
All kinds of love.
What are you guys doing?
How are we
Y'all
doing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're good. You guys
We're
just
doing good.
on Saturday, right? Put him through the ringer.
Yeah, Greg came over on Saturday for a hunter fitness class, and he did great. You know, it was his first. I don't know if you'd call it his first real workout. I know he's been working out and training in his basement and stuff, and I think that has helped him. But Saturday,
Let's be honest here.
I think it was his first workout.
If you want to call what I do down in the basement a workout, that might be a warm up compared to what we went through.
I was trying to give you some credit, Greg.
I appreciate that, Brian. I do. No, it was good stuff. So I'll quit interrupting here. Go ahead.
Good.
No.
You're right. Come on now.
Yeah, he's all right. No, Greg did a good job. I think he's probably still feeling a little tender in some spots from the workout, but yeah, our Saturday morning hunter fitness class we do. Luckily, this past Saturday the weather is warm enough that we could be outside, but for the last month it's been just too dang cold to be outside to shoot our bows and do stuff. So. But yeah, it's a combination indoors and outdoors. We spend the first half to 45 minutes doing stuff inside, and then we head outside and do some sled dragging and running around and shooting our bows. So it's a good time.
Jeez, sounds pretty awesome, actually. So that's like a dedicated group. Well, I'm gonna get ahead of myself here. I mean, we had you on before, so I'm assuming everyone knows who you are. That might be a great assumption, but also not a fair one for those that might be new to you. So, Brian, if you want to just take the floor and talk about what you guys do over there and what you're all about.
Sure. So my main business, GFB Outdoors, my day job is fitness training. I'm a personal trainer. I do one-on-one training, group classes, and in the last few years, I've started kind of a niche with this hunter athlete stuff of people here in the Midwest, specifically here in Wisconsin, that are trying to get fit and be in shape to head west for their elk hunt or whatever hunt they might be going on. So that has really grown in the last couple of years. And which out of that has kind of evolved the Beast Mode Archery Challenge from just our fitness classes and a lot of us competing in different events over the years, like the Train to Hunt challenges and stuff like that. So GFB Outdoors is kind of all encompassing. It's fitness training. John and I have spent some time bow hunting together this year and doing some filming. And one of our goals maybe in the future is to bring new people into archery and to take them hunting for the first time as well too. So we have a lot of cool ideas. It's just a matter of finding the time and the day to get all this stuff done. So
yeah, and did you guys do a hunt with Vector Custom Shot with Isaac over there too?
Yeah, I went with Isaac. He took me down near his home around Beloit. And we did a hunt, and I was able to slap a doe with his arrows and setup and stuff, and that was a great time. That was this past December. So, and then we actually have Isaac invited me. We're still working out some of the details on a pig hunt.
Oh wow!
We'll see if that hopefully comes to works its way through with everything that's happening down in Texas. I know a lot of hunts have been canceled because of all the ice and stuff that's going on down there. So
good point. I forgot about that would be affecting that. That's a good point. So, you know, when you were here, I think it was like a year and a half ago. I could be wrong, but that sounds about right. You know, how much have things grown and changed since then? How many events are you hosting? How many members do you have coming to these things? Where are you at? Yeah,
quite a bit. So last year was a tough year because of the pandemic. We had our indoor events. We were able to have 2 events indoors last January and February. And then our last indoor event was at Vortex Optics, and that was canceled the week before, or maybe 2 weeks before that event. That's when we kind of all went into shutdown mode. So we had a good first year considering what we had to kind of work through. We had to cancel a couple of the events. We had to reschedule some stuff, but we were still able to have the BMAC games. The BMAC games was kind of a combination of the BMAC endurance event and the games all tied into one because we had to cancel the endurance event. So we had that last July. It was supposed to be in June, but we had to push it back. And then the end of August, we had the King of the Hill 3D shoot at Tyrrell Basin there here in Wisconsin. And we had 130 or so shooters at that event. So it's grown quite a bit. People might know me prior to the Beast Mode Archery Challenge. I directed the Train to Hunt events, or helped Kenton direct the Train to Hunt events for a year. And then prior to that, I was a competitor in those events as well too. So
nice. That's I can't imagine being in your position, what it was like to deal with everything that happened over the last year, given you're an event-driven organization like that. Must have just been, but you like did. That's insane.
Yeah, it's, I have a lot more gray in my beard this year because of that. It's one thing. It's because these events, you have to plan so far in advance. There's so many little things that go into them that you have to prepare weeks, if not months ahead of time. And the mandates, if you remember last year, they're constantly changing every week. Like what, how many people can you have? What, just oodles of things. So it was very nerve-wracking when we did our best. Some of the events like the BMAC games, we could only have, I think at that point, 36 people outdoors in a group. So that's what we capped it at, was 36 people. And we had that, but we all had a great time. It was a small event, but everybody had a good time. We had some people out that had done the winter events. We had some people that came out that had never done one of these events, and they got to meet a great group of people and to compete and challenge themselves. And I think most of them, if not all of them, will probably be back for this next year.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And Jonny, what do you got going on? How are you involved in all this? You're just saying out there, nice and quiet, drinking your PBR.
Just sitting here hanging out. Yeah, I'm the Greg of this team, right?
Yeah, but
you guys, the beauty and the brawn over that way, I guess. What? Oh, that way. So I guess I'll be honest. I have always kind of been a fitness nut in a way. Used to run marathons, different things like that. I've always been a hunter, been archery hunting since I was 12 years old. And just happened to, through our bow club, meet Brian and the rest of the group. And it brought that combination of the two together. Fell in love with it. And it's interesting. I tell Brian this all the time that, when I feel a great passion for something, I dive headfirst into it. And, my ultimate goal is to help Brian succeed, make this as good a product as we possibly can. It's just who I am. I want to do what I can to make it work. And I see it as being just a benefit to the hunting community. It's a great group of people. It's changed my life,
that's
for
a big,
the better.
That's a big deal. I mean,
yeah,
we're here shooting the shit and having a good time, but that's a big statement, man.
Yeah.
And
no,
nice. And you look jacked too, by the way. Like, you look way more ripped. Oh, thanks, Brian. Maybe it's of his torso. I don't know.
Jonny is our biggest spokesperson. I keep telling him, just so you know, if I was to triple his salary, it'd still be zero. Yeah. So he does everything out of the goodness of his heart. He's always there helping me. And I have a number of guys that are just like John, that I can toss ideas around. Will be there to help me, try out new things. But John is always there to volunteer his time and to help me with setup, with teardown, with really whatever I need. So, So John is kind of my right hand man when it comes to a lot of this stuff. And as you guys probably know with a podcast, there's just a lot that goes on other than just clicking the button and away it goes. There's just a lot of behind the scenes stuff that it helps. I wouldn't be able to do this if I wouldn't have had a person like John, like Nathan, that owns Tyrrell Basin. He helps out a lot, and some other guys, and of course my wife, Anne Marie. She's for sure. If it wasn't for her, none of this would happen. So
I was gonna say, don't forget your wife.
Can't forget
The wife is the important one.
Right.
Very much so. If she's not in your corner, it's pretty hard to make things happen.
Right. Brandon says that Jonny is the employee of the month. So good job, John.
Nice.
Well, thank you.
Brandon made it on. Cool.
There he is. Brandon Hirsch, employee of the month. Jonny. Eat.
Good stuff. Good stuff. But no, it's a great group of people, and I mean that I think is what has been so that has attracted the whole thing to me, I guess, and has kept me going. There's no egos. Brian is just a great guy. He knows how to push you, and he definitely will push you over the top and make you do things that you never thought you were ever capable of doing. You might be a lot of pain and suffering, but in the end, it's definitely all.
Uh-oh. That's a good spot to freeze.
Right?
Ryan, were you a drill instructor in a past life or what?
I wasn't. Maybe I should have been, right?
All worth it. I think so.
Well,
no, I've been in the training industry for 20 plus years now. So,
jeez.
No.
You're not old, though. You don't look old. You said you had greenery, but we can't see it on camera here. You probably got a lot hair in your chest now. You probably grew a bunch of chest hairs from this last year. We got to be.
Let's not even go there.
I've had chest hair since I was like 12. So, but I will say this: I'm starting to bald up here, and this hair is falling back, and my back is catching it. So.
I was going to say I have chest hair that's older than Eric is. I can guarantee you.
Oh man, I got bootstraps older than you. Jeez. So, what's on the calendar here? I just shared the link, by the way. So, if anyone wants to pop in, there's a link in the Facebook comments if you want to jump over there. I think that's where all the viewers are.
Well, we have a pretty full year right now. We have coming up here at the end of March 27th. I'll probably get some of these dates wrong, so I wrote them down here. March 27th, we're going to be at Vortex Optics at their indoor range. It's called Vortex Edge. And it's a state-of-the-art indoor facility. I want to say it's the largest private shooting facility in the nation. It's 60,000 square feet. It's pretty big. So they have a 25, a 50, and 100-yard indoor range. So on Saturday the 27th, we're going to do the Beast Mode Archery Challenge. Competition is on Saturday, where it's the fitness stuff and the shooting combined, along with probably a 15 or 20 target 3D course. And then on that Sunday, the 28th, is just going to be a fun 3D shoot. We have 2 shotgun start times. We have an 8 a.m. and a 10:30 line that people can sign up for. And you get to come and shoot inside their facility and experience, for one, you're shooting archery and it's the end of March. Who knows what the weather is going to be like, but you get to experience the new, some of their new facilities that they have there, and their new showroom that they have there at Vortex Edge. So pretty excited about that event. Registration for that's coming along nicely. We still have room for both Saturday and Sunday. I think this coming Monday, if people want to sign up for the Saturday event, that's going to be the deadline for people to get a competitor t-shirt and some of that stuff, because we have to get that ordered obviously ahead of time. So that's coming up here in March. Then the next scheduled event is the BMAC Games here in Wisconsin at Tyrrell Basin on June 12th and 13th. It's a 2-day event. It's a multi-staged event. So this event, we're going to start with in the morning on a Saturday morning. It's going to be what I call the Beast Course. It's going to be approximately 3 to 5 miles, somewhere in between there, maybe more. traversing all the terrain and the ski hills and the slopes. And I mean, this course is going to be, it's going to be pretty grueling. So that's going to be stage 1. Stage 2 is going to be, and I forget what I've called these. I think it's the pursuit stage. This is going to be kind of like an obstacle course where we'll have some over-under logs. We're going to have a hoist to mimic, you hoisting your deer up or your meat bag up. We'll have a balance log that you're going to have to balance across. Anyways, it's all these different challenges, things that are going to kind of mimic what you're going to experience either in the mountains or here in the Midwest woods. And that's going to have some shooting incorporated too. So you're incorporating shooting with an elevated heart rate under stress, under time, that type of thing. The third stage of that event is going to be the 3D course, probably around a 15 target 3D course. And then on Sunday morning, we're going to have the meat pack / sled drag. So we have 2 different divisions. We have a mountain beast division and we have a covert beast division. The mountain beast division is for those guys that are maybe looking to go out west and they want to throw on some a heavy pack or whatever it might be. The covert beast is more for the Midwest guys, where instead of hauling their meat out in a pack, they're going to be dragging it out on a sled or just dragging their buck out. So on Sunday morning is going to be the heavy meat pack or a heavy sled drag Sunday morning. And then once that's over, we'll accumulate all the times and all that stuff, and we'll have the awards. Hopefully that Saturday night, just as of today here in Dane County, some of our restrictions are starting to lift. So it's looking more and more like we're going to be able to have a live band, probably outside Saturday night, have a bonfire. The numbers are lifting. I think we can have several hundred now outside, and hopefully by June it would be even more. Whereas last year we were capped at 36 people. So this event, the BMAC Games in Wisconsin, should be a good event. Is really looking forward to that. Then I'm going to kind of go through these quick so we can, if there's questions, we can talk about them. That next weekend, June 19th, this is something I haven't really notified or published yet. I'm going to do a beast mode trail race at Tyrrell Basin. So I used to be a trail runner myself, and Tyrrell Basin, we've made some awesome trails, and I think there's just a lot there for people to enjoy other than just us archers. So I'm going to try to get the running community involved and have a beast mode trail race / fun run out there on June 19th. And then the weekend after that, June 26th and 27th, this is going to be our first event outside of Wisconsin. So we're heading to Pennsylvania. A good, but there's Leon. Where's the PA in the event? All right. So Chase McLean, he's the director of the Washington County Chamber of Commerce. He's competed in a train to hunt event before, and he saw what I was doing. He was like, dude, we need to get you back to Pennsylvania. So we searched for a location. I know Sean with Trophy Line Tree Saddles, which is one of our sponsors and supporters. He really wanted us to come out there, and we're going to be kind of in his neighborhood as well too. So that location is going to be at Meadowcroft Rock Shelter and Historical Center. If you just Google Meadowcroft Rock Shelter, I'm going to publish it up on my website here in a minute, so you can go on my website and click on the link there. It's a phenomenal venue. It's on 200 plus acres. The rock shelter dates back 19,000 years. I believe it's the oldest, where they found some of the oldest habitat of hunters and gatherers, where people would gather back in our prehistoric time. So they have it's a huge facility where they have different things that you can go through. They have I think a 16th century Indian village. They have a 19th century village of some sort. I'm bad with marketing this stuff, but just go on the website. You'll see some great pictures. There's a lot there for the family to do. So it's going to really be a family friendly event. It's 40 minutes southwest of the Pittsburgh International Airport. So it's going to be a venue where I think people from all over the nation are going to be able to fly into Pittsburgh, and it's just a short drive from there. So that event the BMAC games is going to be June 26th, right? That Saturday.
26th and 27th, yeah.
Yep. And then the 27th, so that BMAC games is only going to be a single day event. We're going to modify it so we can get it all done in one day. And then on that Sunday is going to be a 3D shoot. We're going to have a 40-plus target 3D shoot set up on their 200-plus acres. And it's going to be a shotgun-style shoot. I think we can have about 160 shooters at that. So people can sign up for Saturday or Sunday, or they can come and participate in both days. So that's the competitions that we have so far. And then, of course, the end of July, I think it's July 31st through August, July 30th through August 1st, I think, is the King of the Hill 3D shoot. And that's, again, here back at Tyrrell Basin. Last year, we had a phenomenal turnout despite the pandemic. We had over 130 shooters. So this year, everybody that came, they said they loved it, and they're bringing all their buddies back this year. So we've expanded it from a 2-day event to a 3-day event. So that event, you have to sign up for your shoot time just to be able to get people through and keep things moving smoothly. So there's shoot times that you sign up for Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I want to say right now, a lot of people have signed up for multiple days. There's still plenty of room available left on that one. But for sure, set it on your calendar. But you want to sign up for that sooner than later, because if there's a shoot time that you want to shoot, it's probably going to fill up sooner than later.
And that's rain or shine. You're doing these, right?
Yep, rain or shine. You bet.
Rain or shine.
Thunder,
is shooting time.
Thunder and lightning. It's the mountains aren't. The elk hunting's not going to stop you, right?
When did we get poured on last year? What was or was that the year
games,
before?
We did take a break during the BMAC games. There was a rain, and the rain came at a perfect time where we could take a break. So we waited it out, and it only rained at lightning for about 30 minutes, and then it passed over. So.
And then it was 100% humidity, and we had to hike, 3-4 miles, and
right,
all in a day's hunt, right?
So I just published the website. So for those of you that are online looking, if you go on beastmodearcherychallenge.com and then click on the PA, BMAC Games PA, the location is there, the details are there, and then the register button is there. That will take you to registration. So, yeah,
that's awesome.
Uh-oh. That's
Did
the
they
host.
unplug his router again?
Wouldn't that be something?
What can we say about Eric right now?
Oh,
well, what can we say?
But there's also another event, since he's kind of frozen there.
If
we
he's
might
frozen. I don't know if we're necessarily recording anymore.
Oh.
Maybe we are.
Maybe. Well, we'll just keep talking.
Keep talking.
There is a potential for an event out west with Brandon and the Mountain Archery Festival guys, but that's there's a lot of balls in the air with that, of him trying to find a location, and then if he gets the location, if that's going to work with the dates that we can get out there as well too. So, but I'm
logistics.
Super excited to get out to Pennsylvania, though. I think there's a lot of like-minded people out there, and Pennsylvania is a great state. So,
yeah, I think the Wizard of Oz has lost his devices there. He's still frozen in time.
Unreal.
To pull back the curtain and tell him to hit a button or something. I don't know.
He's probably still talking.
He probably is.
Yeah, I was gonna say he has no idea that he is frozen.
Yeah.
Is there anybody?
So I don't know if I could.
Let me.
I always text him.
I don't know if anything's actually working. No, he's gonna try to get back.
Yep, he's coming back.
You can do it, buddy.
You got
there it. He is.
There he is.
All right.
How you doing?
Well, sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
You should. You should.
It wasn't my son. I don't know what it was. I don't know what happened.
Maybe you need
somebody
to get
said it was still broadcasting.
you might need to get better internet,
That's
maybe
good.
if you're going to do these on a regular basis.
I have like really good internet for this reason. I don't know what the deal was.
Is this your first one? Is this your first time doing this?
You would think so.
It's
Man.
podcast number 2.
You know what though? That's the rule of podcasting. It's not a podcast unless something goes wrong. Just like
Something
not a
goes
party
to
unless
hell.
someone pukes and someone gets in a fight, right? That's the deal.
Right?
Oh my! I'm gonna
So
get
true.
that's my new shirt. It's not a podcast unless something goes wrong, because that's the
There you
truth.
go.
Holy
Yeah.
Santa Claus crap,
I think
guys!
you need
Sorry
that.
about that.
That's perfect. Well, we're still broadcasting according to somebody. So I hear
Yeah,
guys.
I'm
Jeff
just
says.
double checking. Yeah, we're good. We're still on.
Sweet.
I'm grabbing all my words and everything, so the captions are still working. Oh
Boy,
boy!
Eric's podcasting like a freshman.
It happens.
Are you drinking Fireball while you're at it too, Eric?
Drink it, you freshman. No, man, I'm just drinking my drop time over here. Business as usual, guys. I don't know.
He's been feeding the little one, and I think he went and unplugged things, and he's afraid to admit
I
it.
said, "Oh my God, Dean, unplug the router," and she said, "No." I said, "Okay." Let's see. I don't know. We were in a mode there. We were talking about the logistics of everything, and like, just feels like there's a
we
lot.
discussed it. We discussed it without you, and hopefully it recorded.
Sounds like it did. Well, I mean, I'm excited as be it somebody who may compete, and obviously from helping Brian make this work. Definitely excited about Pennsylvania. I think that there's a lot of people out there that have been looking for this type of, be it event or a reason to help them get in shape to, head out west, or even hell, hike in the mountains there. I mean, that's one thing, guys. I don't know if a lot of people truly get it, but doing what we do and working out with Brian and doing these competitions, I can honestly tell you that it has changed even just the way I hunt here in Wisconsin and how I look at things. Being able to go as deep as I want to, and when I say go as deep as I want to, I'm talking, man, if I get something back there, I got to get it back out. And I feel confident enough because of all this stuff that we've been doing to be able to do that. And, the shooting aspect part of it, I'm telling you, this just speaks a lot to the whole thing as well, because you can't emulate the increased heart rate and trying to hold back and draw and steady yourself on, a large whitetail or an elk or whatever. And I found it just to be the best way to practice those types of situations.
Greg and I talk a lot about like building confidence behind the draw, and by getting in those reps, you're feeling confident that when the moment happens in real life, and in the stand or wherever you are, that you've done this 1,000 times. It's just muscle memory, and you can depend upon yourself. So I think on the physicality side, that's a piece that most people leave behind, like me included. I'm not, in most
Well, no, it's very true. It's very true. And the one thing, it's a great excuse for us to shoot all year long and stay in shape, because, I can say for myself, and I bet you a lot of, probably 90% of the other people out there that, bow season ended, archery season ended, and go set that bow down and away you go. Pick it up again and, I don't know, sometime in the summer, and go out and shoot arrows well. In doing what Brian has set up and is trying to do, gives you a great excuse to be flinging arrows, 12 months out of the year.
I mean, to kind of build upon what John's saying, I mean, that's really one of the main reasons why I came up with, the beast mode events, is to keep people active, to keep people healthy. I mean, that's kind of that's my business. That's what I've done for 20 plus years, is to help people be fit. And, even for myself, I was always searching for something to help me stay fit to enjoy the hunting season. So I'd run 5Ks or I'd do mountain biking or this or that. And then eventually over time, I found, the train to hunt events. So that was perfect because that was fitness and archery. Now I've kind of, evolved from those events to the beast mode events and incorporating some more scenarios and different things that you're going to incorporate while hunting. And that's the cool thing with, I want my events as we grow to take advantage of the venues that we have. So instead of always doing just a bunch of box work and bag work, we maybe will do some of that, but I want to take advantage of a steep hill or different terrain and stuff like that and incorporate that into these events, because that is what we're going to be doing when we're chasing elk in the mountains. Yes, I think doing box work and burpees and all that stuff is important. That's important for us to train, but the actual events, I want to simulate the hunt then as much as possible to be true to that. So yeah, we might have obstacles. Like I said, the over-unders, the hoist, the stuff like that, but all that stuff is doing the same stuff that we're going to be doing when we're in the mountains chasing elk. So.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it's like you can't train. I mean, I guess you could, but you're not going to train for a marathon running on a freaking treadmill. You're going to have to go get out on the actual train,
Right.
because it's different muscles that are being activated. It really is different.
Exactly. That just reminded me, I've done a number of the Tough Mudders, years ago. And one of the most common things I would hear in that first quarter mile is, I never ran off road. I'm like, what? Like, it's a Tough Mudder. Like, you never, you had a lot of great people there that were really fit, but they never stepped off of pavement or off of a treadmill to run. So that's the same thing with hunting. I think most of us, obviously, we're hunters. We spend time in the woods, but even with our training, we're on a lot of trails and we hike trails and stuff like that. But there's times when you need to get off of those, almost like your scouting trips. When you're out scouting, you're not walking a trail. So that's just like your training. Like when you're training in the summer, get off of those beaten paths and walk down a steep hill or up a hill or walk over logs and stuff like that, because that's really what you're going to encounter for those that are heading west.
Well, I think a big part of it, seriously, for me, so I'll be honest, 2 years ago was the first time I've ever been elk hunting. And I've gone the last 2 years. And if it wasn't for doing some of the things that I've done in Brian's class, there's no way in hell I would have survived running around out there. But part of why I say that is, in doing a lot of this stuff, it gives you the perfect opportunity to test your equipment and to find out what works and what doesn't. Because the last thing you want to do is end up at 10,000 feet, 8 miles from your truck and 40 miles from the closest town or gas station, whatever, and realize that what I have, it doesn't work. So I think that's a big part of this as well, is being able to take advantage of that, test out your equipment, try different things. And it's interesting because a lot of the different people that participate in these events that we train with, everybody's got their own brand that they tend to enjoy and stuff, because it's not a one size fits all, obviously. And what it's allowed us to do is be able to, oh, hey, Brandon, let me try that pack that you have, or, John, how are those boots been handling, doing for you, and stuff. What do you like about them? What do you don't like about them? And that, I think, has been huge.
Yeah, you put things through the ringer like that. It's a bit of a difference. You usually save that stuff until you go on that trip and you're doing all your exercising in your go fasters, right? In your tennis shoes, your sneakers, your gym shorts, all that stuff. And you forget that, you're probably wearing some long johns. You're probably going to have You know, it's a good point.
And Nathan from Tyro wants to get on. I don't know how you can get him on.
Is he watching on Facebook?
I think so.
All right. There should be a link in the comments. Nathan, if you want to just scroll through that real quick, I'll repost it just so you have it. But if you want to hop in, there's a link to do it there.
I kind of want to build upon what John was saying there, but take it in a little different direction than that. I don't want to talk to the haters that are out there because there's a lot of haters, but with everything I get every week from the haters in terms of, this is stupid. It's all about, the bra. And really, if people really had any idea,
boys,
the flat brim guys, whatever. But if they actually experience what this is totally not even close to that. Yeah, it's fitness and it's archery. And yes, we do have some very elite athletes that do these events.
Yeah.
We also have people that have knee replacements or have had a broken back that in their 60s. It's for anybody. And that's really what this is about is to get people off of their couch and to motivate them to be healthy so that they can enjoy hunting and the outdoors for as long as they can. And so that it can be not only enjoy it, but they can actually do what they want to do and not. I want to.
I want to add something to that.
Go for it.
Go.
I wanted to join this class to see how it went, and a lot of the stuff that you're kind of talking about, there's always let's call it a stigma, I guess, that you're going to get barked at, you're going to get yelled at. You got guys that are, maybe kind of giving you a bunch of shit the whole time. And the little bit of shit that I did get was all in good fun. But everybody's there for each other, it seems like to me. And it was very encouraging to see that gentleman with a double knee replacement in his late 60s just trucking right along. And I ran with him for a little bit, and he said, Greg, the only reason I'm doing this is just so I can prove to myself that I can do it. He goes, I don't care about winning. I'm just perfectly fine with everybody being here. Everybody treats me with respect. That to me said something a lot. It said big things, that everybody's there to help each other out, and there wasn't going to be anybody hating on anybody, at least for now.
Well, I'm gonna heckle you, but you're right. I mean, we're all there to lift each other up. So
yeah.
Literally, you're probably doing fireman carries, right?
Yeah, well, I did. To be honest with you, you got to step up and you got to be there for your buddy, whoever it is. Think about. I could tell you a story about my first elk hunt, but I'm not going to go into all that. But here again, whether it be in the whitetail woods, wherever, you got to sometimes count on people, and no man left behind. Got to do what you got to do to be able to get them out, and you got to be confident enough to make it happen. And again, I'm maybe touting this whole thing a little bit much, but I believe in what Brian's done, what he's doing, and I wish the haters, the stigma part of it, that it's all a bunch of elite athlete stuff or whatever, or why the hell would you do that, would go away, and people would just come out and experience the camaraderie. It's all like-minded people, and get it done. And there's Mr. Nathan McGee.
Who's that guy?
Hi.
You can talk, Nathan.
How's it going, guys? Nathan, so I don't know.
I think you're muted.
No, he just said something.
Nathan talks as much as I do.
Do you see me and hear me?
Yeah, Greg, I can hear everybody, but Nathan's the one that's got the screen time right now.
How's it going, guys?
It's going
Thanks
good.
for inviting me, and
yeah, so you're running.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I can't seem to change the background, so I apologize. I don't know what that's all about.
Nathan,
You're
you're
probably
front
the
and
most
center,
we've
buddy.
had
Just
here.
start talking.
Did I just hijack your podcast?
But I mean, no, but sure. I'll just pretend you did. Do you have, is your office at Tyrrell Basin?
It is at Tyrrell Basin. Yep.
It's a beautiful ride out there, from where I'm coming from. It's a really cool place.
He is Tyrrell Basin.
So you're helping Brian set up these events. How crazy is that?
Yes.
So Greg can't hear. We're having like a technical problem, I think. I don't know what the deal is.
Leave it to Nathan to.
And I think I was going to say, did Nathan just freeze?
He's good.
So Nathan's a perfect example of one of those guys that got into this thing not knowing what the heck, but hey, give it a shot and thumb up.
Now Greg's the star show.
This is awesome. Oh, we can hear. Nathan,
Everybody can
how
hear
about
except for Greg.
You have anything special you want to talk about at Tyrrell Basin?
I don't know what you guys are hearing, but everything keeps repeating for me.
This is their first podcast they've ever done, so
I will say this is the first one we've done with 5 people in the room, so we must be like really putting this thing to the screw to this thing because it's never been an issue yet.
I think you better call the service provider.
I got a text from Brandon saying I'm done here. So at least we're providing free comic relief to people.
I don't know why it wouldn't work.
I'm sorry, but what is Greg trying to do?
Nathan just looks like a deer in the headlights. Like,
this is what happens when Brian, John, and me get in a room together. It just all blows up.
And it turns into constant laughter, I think, sometimes. Oh.
I wish I knew what was going on with Greg. He's coming in and out. It sounds like everybody else can hear us.
Yeah.
I can hear all of you. I think you guys can hear me. Just Greg's the goofball out there.
Mm-hmm. I can hear you.
Well, we'll leave him behind for now.
Poor Greg.
Wow.
So here I thought that Eric and Greg were both going to be just like gung ho, and they wouldn't be able to stay away from training and participating in these events, and then Eric's got to go and set himself up for what? This is number 2. And there goes your elk hunt and all that other good stuff.
Number 3. Mm-hmm.
Number 3. Okay.
So yeah,
sorry. He's got to have another baby. So.
Oh, I didn't know that was happening.
It's the thing. Number 3. Yep. So
are you having it? Are you actually having it?
Dude, let's be real. Guys can't tolerate what women go through.
Well, no. So that means you can still go hunting then, right?
Yeah. I don't know about that. I could, but it's I want to be there. It's the timing's too close and stuff, so it's tough.
Yeah.
But that's okay because you know what, 2022 is not far away. We'll buy a point for this year, for the state we want to hunt, and then we'll have more time to plan and prep for 2022 and get in shape.
There you go.
I stop being a slack ass. It's hard. It's hard with 2 kids and a job and a side hustle and another side hustle. It's hard to find time to do simple things like take care of yourself. Man, my younger self never would have believed. I no excuses. You freaking show up. Like, I'm gonna have a 6-pack till I'm 50. Man, if I can go talk to my younger self, like, you're an idiot. Like, you gotta prioritize some things. I think it's just a season of life, honestly. But it is what it is. I was jealous that Greg Saturday. I couldn't have gone. Not to mention I was sicker than a dog. I just couldn't. I had no energy. Completely depleted.
Well, Craig for a while didn't have any energy either.
I bet.
I think that venison backstrap that he was showing off on Instagram Friday night was almost
have to
back
take
up.
a step outside, you know.
Yeah, I don't know where he is right now. Look at it's just an empty basement. Here, I'll put him.
He must be outside again.
He's reliving Saturday morning.
Great. There's just no one there.
It's always, to me, it's kind of comical when you push somebody to that point where they're a little nauseous and they have to, step outside and away from people. And I kind of always peek at them just to see how they're doing, make sure they're okay. But it's like you get the cold sweats and you're just kind of looking down at the ground and, usually people kind of get that little, and then it's usually, and then every once in a while, I'm lucky enough to witness the hurl that happens.
What do we call that? Dinosaur calling, Brian?
Yes. That's what I was trying to think. Yes, that's called
I'm
dinosaur
going to make you a T-shirt with a dinosaur puking called "Show us your dinosaur call."
Oh, that's a perfect idea.
Yeah.
I'll make it. I make T-shirts for OKS Hunter, so I think I can handle it.
There you go. Yes,
dinosaur the shed hunting one. Earlier this week? A shed full of sheds. That's a play on words. I couldn't help myself.
That's good.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah. A couple people don't running where the mouth is, but I don't care. I just like to flex that side of my brain. I like to do the designs. This dinosaur one could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
I know you get the other one. The one you didn't die, right? How does that one go? But did you die?
But did you die?
So,
yeah. And then I have my T-shirt that says, "Unless you puke, faint, or die, keep going." Which that could be an exercise or a drinking T-shirt. So you choose.
You're going to fail at the drinking portion, Brian, for sure.
Yep, I will fail that.
Yes.
Yep. Which is why I'm drinking my good quality H2O right here.
Poor Greg fell off. We replaced Greg with Nathan. Nathan, you are my new co-host.
Oh, sounds great. I don't know that I'll be the same level of talent, but I can give it my best.
Well,
I mean,
Nathan,
he's not.
with the, I don't know if you've probably seen it, the new regulations that came out from the county today, and it's looking better and better that we'll be able to have some live music and have more of a festival at our events out there.
Yeah, it's looking really good. I was actually pretty surprised that all of a sudden the county had some common sense. So, I think groups outdoors up to 500.
Up to 500 people.
Let's get 500 people here for Beast Mode.
There you
That'd
go.
Be super cool.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a big deal. Do you know who the live performer is going to be?
We haven't booked anybody yet because we didn't have the ability to do so before. So now that the county has reduced the restrictions and things, we can start to get some people lined up and maybe book a couple cool bands and have a little bit more fun with the event than maybe we could have initially had.
That's pretty cool. I mean, when I was there 2 summers ago, and it was awesome. I didn't compete because I was there podcasting, and then when I got there, I was actually in some decent shape then, and my buddy Anthony Heller was there competing, and seeing everyone competing made me really, really regret not competing because I'm super competitive. Now I know I would have sucked wind bad, and it wouldn't have been great, but I love that feeling so much.
It's right. Oh, go ahead, Nathan.
The greatest part about Beast Mode and what Brian does is it doesn't matter what level of fitness you're in. I competed this last year. I sucked a ton of wind. I didn't puke. I didn't dinosaur call. I'm proud of myself for that. But it's just about getting out and doing it. Regardless of whatever level of fitness or shape you are in, rounds of shape, you can still compete. So I think that's the greatest thing about Brian and kind of the brotherhood that he's created with Beast Mode is it's for everybody. You don't have to be this elite ultra athlete to come out, give it your all, and try. Whether it's myself or Brian or John or any of the other competitors, we're going to encourage everybody to get through that course. You got to drop some weight, drop your backpack. We got to carry you. We're going to get you to that.
Doesn't matter.
And that's just the group of guys that competes in this. I think that's the best part about it.
Hey, Greg, welcome back.
Man, good to be back.
We're pushing this technology to limits. Speaking of Beast Mode, I don't think the technology has been through this mountain before. Oh man, I'm just pushing buttons over here trying to make shit work. So and that's what Brian is. He just pushes your buttons, try to make you work.
That's right.
Brian thought you were out reliving Saturday, that you had to sneak outside.
Yeah, do a few burpees and fling some arrows.
No.
Oh,
Maybe
trying to
burps.
dry heaving dry heaving and calling dinosaurs.
Brian, you ever read the David Goggins book? You ever follow any of that stuff that guy does? He's a psycho.
Yeah,
right?
right. No, I follow him. I've not read his book. I haven't read a book in years. I mean, that's why I'm not in school anymore. No, it's just
I listen to all my books these days. I don't read much, but he talks about the 40% rule. He says most people will go 60% and they got 40% left in the tank. You know, the physicality of like getting pushed beyond your limits. You can do way, 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 way more than you think you can do.
Right.
When you get past that point, that's when like some really fun stuff starts to happen. It's also when you do the dinosaur calls, but it's
right. And you know, it's something that we haven't done in a while. It's been a long while, actually. Is every so often I'll come up with what I call an epically stupid workout. And I think the last one, John, I think you were there. It was at I think midnight one night. Do you remember that?
We started at midnight and we had to do enough step ups over the boxes to climb 1,000 feet or 2,000 feet, 2,000 vertical feet. Yeah. And then I can't remember.
It was this stuff.
And we tried to talk you into one of those. I tried to talk you into one of those in February when it was -20.
You know what? You did. Nathan wanted me to come out and have a class on that Tuesday night. I forget, it was like a month ago, but it was the coldest night. It was like 25 below and then like another, 50 below with wind chill. I'm like, dude, I would do it, but I don't think anybody would come,
I think you were scared.
Yeah, but do you have to carry some sort of liability or insurance policy to make sure or are people signing waivers, or how do you handle that? Because someone could suck wind too much, right? Something could happen, or someone could maybe fall down the hill and break a leg, or are there staff on site? So
we have ski patrol on site all the time when we do any events. When we do when Brian does his Hunter's Fitness class out here on Tuesday nights, it's just us. But for the extreme cold, Brian was probably right. It was probably a good idea, but but it would have been fun.
And for my events, yes, that's one of the reasons why the registration isn't super cheap. Is there's a lot of costs that go on that people probably don't realize to put these events on, because it's not only are we running around and doing crazy stuff, but we have a weapon in our hand. So there's yes, I have insurance. Luckily, in the 22 years I've been personal training, I've never had an issue. Well, actually, I take that back. I had one guy go to the hospital. It was his very first session. It was more of an introductory thing. He was in his mid-30s, and I kid you not, it was in the first 5 minutes of his warm-up that I thought he was having a low blood sugar attack. I hear he was having a minor heart attack. So we did end up calling 911 and got an ambulance, but that was the only thing in the 22 years I've been training that we've had anywhere close. And he was fine. It was they called it a stress heart attack. He was a super high stressed young guy. So, but yeah, in terms of the events, we've never had a serious issue. I think the closest thing we've had is heat exhaustion and somebody having to go to the hospital for that. But in terms of, nobody's getting shot, maybe you might have a sprained ankle here or whatever from stepping on a rock or something like that, but nothing, we've never had a significant issue. So,
that's good to know. It's good to know, to educate people you're prepared for those things, and it puts people at ease that you can handle it, and it's not like a thing you're getting pushed hard, but we're not trying to actually kill you.
Right. It's not the death race.
Right. That's the thing, right? I'm sure David Goggins did it and passed with flying colors.
Right.
Yeah.
Someday maybe we'll have an archery related death race. So
That'll be nuts. I mean, yeah, your archery, you are killing targets. So, I mean, kind of, right?
Right. Yeah. That's the only thing that's going to be killed at our events is a target.
And foam.
And you
Targets.
can't really kill that because it's not really live. So
Exactly.
I see Chase is on. Chase, nice to have you. Chase is the director of the Washington County Chamber of Commerce. So he's the man that helped us find Meadowcroft. So
That's cool. I was looking at the place that you shared, and it looks really spectacular. I mean, like, so if I weren't from Wisconsin and I had to pick a place here, like, I would just look at the middle of the state thing, and I want to accommodate everybody that could get here. So I'd probably look outside of like Point or Madison, but then you got to figure where the airport, where the hotels, like what's going to make the most sense for flying in, and then if you don't know the place, it's hard. So to have someone with boots on the ground, that's pretty cool.
Right. Yeah. Chase has helped out a lot. And then Dave and Mike that work at Meadowcroft, they've been a huge help. Mike, that's, I don't know what his technical position is. He's the groundskeeper, I guess. And he's an archer. So he's super excited to have us out there. And he's actually, we've been texting back and forth. He's got an idea of how the course is going to be and some really cool shot scenarios for some of the targets, and possibly even using the rock shelter right there and shooting off of that. Something that, again, that's dates back 19,000 years that people, our ancient ancestors have walked there and have used that place. Hunters and gatherers. So it's super cool that we can actually use that for an archery event. So
you have someone shoot like a longbow or something like that, or spear, to really, demonstrate what's going on there. That'd be cool.
Well, and that's the other thing I guess we didn't talk about is all of my events, I welcome trad shooters. I welcome crossbow shooters. We're not just for the compound people. It's I want to welcome as many archery related, different methods of shooting archery. So I know the crossbowers have had a lot of hate, and there's not a lot of shoots out there that welcome them. And for the King of the Hill 3D and my other 3D events, that's something I guess I forgot to talk about is we'll be doing a lot of two-man scrambles or different types of 3D shoots throughout the spring and summer at Tyrrell Basin, just depending on my schedule of the events and Nathan's schedule, what's going on out there at Tyrrell Basin. So we'll be out there every Tuesday night for the hunter fitness class. Once the weather cooperates, probably end of March, first part of April, we'll be out there every Tuesday night training. And then probably Thursday nights of the weeks that we don't have a bigger event to prepare for, we'll be doing some type of a 3D like league archery as well. In May, we still have to get the date down, but it'll probably be mid to late May. We're going to do a swap meet out there because so many of us have garages or basements full of archery equipment that, we just don't want to hassle with online selling it. So we're going to have a swap meet where you can come, park your truck, set up a table, and a chance for people to walk around and see stuff and try things on, or maybe it's tents. I personally have a lot of stuff from elk hunting. I'm kind of a gearhead. I like to buy things and try things out. So I have a lot of stuff that I want to get rid of. So we're going to have that swap meet at some point mid to late May. And then I'll also set up probably a 15 or 20 target 3D course at the same time, so people can come walk around and do the swap meet and then go shoot some 3D targets at Tyrrell Basin. So
cool.
I mean, really a perfect opportunity for anybody looking to try to get into the sport, or
right,
one that doesn't have a lot of cash sitting around, but wants to maybe up the level of the type of gear that they have. So come out and check those things out.
Folks like, obviously Greg showed up last Saturday and did some training. People can train with you. to kind of prep for some of these events, right? Like they can engage with you through the entity that you have, and then kind of graduate into this other thing. So like for me, that would be beneficial to like train leading up to those things, but do it your way, the style that you kind of train people, so that way I can be prepared for one of those events rather than, like I said, running on a treadmill or something stupid like that.
Sure. Yep. You bet. Yeah. I mean, and Tuesday nights, anybody's welcome to come out. They obviously need to contact me ahead of time so we can get the paperwork and all that stuff figured out. But Tuesday nights, again, starting late March, early April, or right now we have it on Saturday mornings here in the Stoughton, Oregon, Stoughton area. But again, they'd have to reach out to me to find out all those details. But yeah, there's a lot of people just here in the Madison area that still haven't heard about this. That every month I run into somebody or somebody emails me and say, I can't believe this is right here in my backyard. So, and part of that's just last year is tough because of the pandemic. It's you don't want to do too much promoting and spend too many dollars on that type of stuff because you just didn't know what I was going to be able to have, or how many people were going to be able to be at the events, or even at my classes. It's been, for the longest time, I've only been able to have a max of 10 people in one of my classes. So, my outdoor classes, I can have, some days 20 to 30 people sometimes. So,
yeah, that's to coordinate them for sure. Yeah.
So the pandemic did really take a big hit with, I personally, through my GFB Outdoors business, I had a fitness studio that I closed in October because my lease was due and I wasn't going to sign another long-term lease, not knowing what I was going to be able to do, because I was basically not able to have classes inside. And a lot of my clients, the majority of my clients, have gone virtually. So now it's just a matter of kind of waiting this out, and as things improve, just kind of analyze that and figure out how to expand that.
Sure. Well, everyone's got. I mean, if you're anything like me, in college they call it the freshman 20. I think now they call it the COVID-19.
Right.
Right. So yeah, talking about obviously the COVID stuff and things like that. Obviously check out Brian's the Beast Mode YouTube page and things, from the exercises, different things that you can do. We put together a video. Brian had a great idea putting together a video on how to use just your backpack as the weight and method of being able to do certain exercises to get yourself in shape for these types of things. So.
Right. That's a good point, John, because people don't need, if some of the people that are new to this, you don't need to spend time in the gym. That's great.
No.
I mean, it's good to build a strong foundation and to do some weight training. But if you have a backpack or a sandbag and the will to get your butt outside and do some hikes, do some hill repeats, do some body weight activities, you'll be just fine. It's all about functional strength and the stuff that we incorporate outside. So you definitely do need, a good set of lungs and a heart on you is beneficial because obviously elk hunting, most of us are moving all day long. So you got to have strong legs and a decent endurance foundation, but you don't need to be the strongest man to be able to win these things, because also you got to remember shooting is a big part of our events, that you're not going to see the fittest person or the fastest person on the course win this event. They will win it if they're also a good shot, but you have to be a good shot. It's the person that can put together a good 3D score and also can move and traverse quickly too.
That's cool. I mean, it's like the Olympics, right? You do all these things and you stop and shoot, and then you got to get back out there. So it's the total score, not just one area.
Right.
That's good stuff. Brian, where do you want to direct people to go? I'm assuming you have a calendar of events. You just kind of listed off a lot of that stuff earlier on. You have a fit business. So, let's point people in some directions here.
Yeah. BeastModeArcheryChallenge.com. is you'll be able to find all the events and all that kind of good stuff and everything beast mode related. GFB Outdoors is my personal training and group fitness stuff. Be honest, I haven't probably updated that website as often as the beast mode stuff. So those are my two websites. And then Instagram, you can find me at Beast Mode Archery on Instagram and Facebook. And then on GFB Outdoors on Instagram. And I think my Facebook page might be Get Fit with Brian. I don't think I was able to use GFB Outdoors on Facebook. So, but either way, probably people that are listening to this, they probably just want to stick to the more of the beast mode archery stuff. So,
sure. Well, thanks guys for being on here tonight with us. Sorry for all the technical glitches. Stuff happens. We roll with the punches. It is the okayest podcast. Like, we got to consider that name. I tell you, we set the bar low so we don't have to. But
cool.
Well, thanks for sticking through with us, guys.
I appreciate you having us on and just talking about stuff. I know we didn't get into any of our hunting stories, so maybe we can save that for another time.
Yeah, no, the time goes quick here, and certainly, I mean, we're not going anywhere. You guys are certainly growing as well, so be happy to bring you back on and do more of the hunting stuff. But
yeah, we have to put in our most memorable hunt, Brian.
That's right.
You can say that, John. I'm not.
Are we talking about are we talking about when Brian put a whole deer in his backpack?
No.
That was yours. That was
yeah.
I packed out Nathan's whole doe in my backpack, so in my initial set pack. So
literally a whole deer in a backpack. Kind of ridiculous.
The legs like all sticking up, or what?
Brian wrapped kind of his arm around the neck and held the head, and then all the legs up in the air, and it was a good time.
They didn't field dress it. It wasn't gutted. Nothing. He just threw it in the pack.
He just strapped it in his backpack, and he walked out of the woods with it.
You gotta have strong legs for that.
I think so. Now, what I'm referring to is having 160-inch 10-pointer 5 feet from your tree. Missing it how many times? We won't go there.
I saw that video.
We'll save that for another.
We'll
save that for another.
We'll bring you back on for that one for sure.
That's like a whole hour podcast right there.
No way, they missed this. Like, he must be kidding. And then I was like, wait, is this real? I remember that.
So I think we were able to prove the point that you don't have to be 25 feet in the tree, because Brian and I were no more than 12 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Two guys, camera equipment, bows. That deer had no clue we were there, and he was standing 5 feet from the base of our tree. Walked up on
you
us.
missed it half a dozen times.
Well, he didn't.
I only
didn't even
missed
take
it
off
once.
then. He didn't even take off then. He would jump and then walk a little bit to get to another opening and then miss him again.
John had the easy shot that he missed. Mine
That
was
might
he was
not be the
walking
most
away.
memorable. You're never going to forget that hunt. Should be another
After the first couple of shots, he probably knew he was safe. So
Right.
I think so.
It's like,
We'll save that for another.
Why run? He figured out he had no reason to run. He might as well just keep walking.
Right. It's a waste of energy.
It is. I'm not going to gas myself over these idiots flinging twizzle sticks.
Exactly.
At me.
I gotta save it up for that next doe that comes into heat.
That's
so I can
right.
chase her down. Oh hell! I think it's time to get off.
We've been there, man.
All right, guys, I'm going to end the live stream. Thanks for jumping on here. Everybody that's tuned in, thank you so much. We appreciate you. The comments that came through. It's been good to see everybody. So till next time.